Welcome to the final episode of the Baseball Card Junkies podcast for 2025. Who would have thought?
Everybody in, if anybody's coming in.
I don't know.
Well,
it's like a field of dreams. You hit the live button and they will come.
We are live, so
yes, we are.
There's no reason for them not to come in unless they're boycotting us.
This is true.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility with the bunch of misfits we deal with. I wouldn't put it past them. So, how was your Christmas holiday, Mike?
My Christmas holiday was one day, but it was good. I mean, I cooked all the stuff like a couple of days ahead of time on my day off, and then just warmed everything up. We had the kids over. I guess it was around noon, and they stayed till about 4:00.
Okay.
And, yeah, it was a good day.
Get any cool stuff under the tree for you?
Well, I got a new rush calendar, which I have to flip the page January 1st, and we'll get that going. So another rush calendar. I think it's like my 10th or 11th rush calendar. Got a rush shirt, and a gift card for eBay, and a bunch of other good kind of trinkety stuff that I needed. So
good stuff.
What's up, Orlando?
What's up, Orlando? Hey, John. Thanks for coming in.
What's up, John?
So I put up a little poll for everybody who decides to come in and basically just give us your thoughts about the hobby in 2025. The three options you got is it was awesome, no complaints from here, which I don't think that's going to get any type of traction.
Not yet, anyway.
Needs to get better. And we got meh, no change for me. So we'll see how that works out. But for this episode, we're basically just going to do a recap of our experiences in the hobby for the last 350 plus days for 2025. It's been a complete shit show. Not even going to lie. At one point, I thought there was hope for us as far as baseball card collectors, but from my perspective, I think baseball was put to the back burner just for a little bit due to the fact that basketball licensing just came through not too long ago, and it was going to focus more on that and maybe some of the TCG stuff that's going on. But in my opinion, baseball got no love this year. What do you think, Mike?
I kind of have to agree with you on that they didn't put the focus on baseball like they did in years past with all the new product coming in and everything like that. Plus, the rookie class in the beginning of the year wasn't that great until, Nick Kurtz broke out, and then he became the chase. I mean, you had James Wood, you had Dylan Cruz. Wasn't really the greatest for the first half, but as soon as Nick Kurtz broke out, he was the chase card and is the chase card in all the product that's been coming out lately, which is a good thing. You have that one. It was kind of like Paul Skeens last year. Everybody's looking for the Skeens card, and this year we have the one card that we're looking for. Hey, Spicy Bear.
What's up, Spicy? Appreciate you coming in.
Hey, Sean.
But, Sean, how's it going? But the biggest disappointment that I found for this year, and it dates back a couple of years ago, I'm still waiting for Fanatics to 10x the hobby.
Yeah. Not for us.
No, not for us at all. I mean,
not for us.
The product that did come out, if you was quick on your fingers and you had that high-speed internet, you'll be lucky if you get the EQL or the pre-orders on the Fanatics or Topps websites. And the prices are relatively fair. I'm not going to say that they were cheap. I'm going to say they're going to be fair compared to the big three, where they basically just double in price. Like you was talking before the show, you don't see too many people ripping Cosmic Chrome. At $575, how many people are just going to be randomly breaking that for recreation?
Exactly.
I mean, the little bit of product that we did receive, even if it's retail, you're not really getting it's expensive. From what was $20 mega boxes, then it increased to 30, then to 40, then to 50, and now they're about as high as $60 for mega boxes. And you're not even, the value's not even there. It's just those 2 Mojo packs.
Right. You're paying that money just for 2 packs. The rest is pretty much just base.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You're not going to get parallels or anything, numbered cards in that.
Right.
Which is the bad thing. Retail has been kind of weird. But when I did my Allen and Ginter break, I did 4 blasters and 2 hobbies, and our autograph came out of the blasters, which was kind of surprising, it
boosted the morale a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Saying that, so you're saying I got a chance. Yeah, there's a
exactly.
Chance. Now with Heritage is kind of weird this year because the only format they're doing is hobby.
Really?
There's no blasters, there's no megas, none of that out there.
Oh wow.
Right now. Like last year when they were putting the different parallels in the blasters and the mega boxes and stuff like that. From what I understand, they're not doing it. I haven't seen anything released. It's been a few weeks since it's been out, and you usually start to see the retail trickle in after that, but I don't think that there's any plans for retail for Heritage, which I think is not good. I was
very disappointing.
Yeah, it is disappointing. And you're not guaranteed an autograph out of the hobbies, but the hobbies are still at $99 on Topps and Fanatics, and you can still get them at that price. Okay, so that may be the only good thing.
So they're still available is what you're saying?
Yeah, they're still available. They're still, that's one thing that didn't sell out. Everything else kind of sells out. But they say at pre-order time or when it drops, and then all of a sudden it mysteriously just starts showing up on Fanatics, 2 weeks later and stuff like that. Or they say this is the second time I've purchased. I've got archives coming in, and it's being purchased through one of their reliable resellers, which is basically reselling it at like $10 more than it actually dropped at. So it's like, I think when you go to pre-order, if you're not pre-ordering a case or 2 cases or 5 cases, your one order for 1 hobby box is going to put all the way down to the bottom of the queue. They're going to sell it to the people that are putting in the mass quantities.
So my brother put in a super chat in there, and I appreciate the dono, and he tells me he just hit a 1-of-1 superfractor for a draft prospect from Brazil. The pitcher por tu culo, which basically means for your ass.
I'm glad we had a translator here.
Yes. Oh man, but yeah, it's, and what I'm also noticing too is whatever ideas are initiated for a particular sport, like for example, the frozen fractor, the taco fractor, all these other fractors. Right. They're taking those ideas and pointing them off on different sporting products as well.
Yeah.
And it kind of ruins it. So one of these questions that I came up with here is the hobby healthier now or just quieter? And from my perspective, it's
what is your determination of the hobby?
Well, that depends. I mean,
there's a couple of terms for it. A couple of ways we can break this down.
If you're just focused on baseball, if you will, you could say it's been pretty damn quiet. Because not many a lot of the products that they were scheduled to be released have not came out. For example, Platinum Anniversary was to release this year. It never did.
All right. And then we found out it's supposed to go every other year. We'll see if that happens.
But yet, you got Topps Chrome basketball and all these other basketball products. They're making as much noise as they possibly can. So I mean, I don't think Fanatics is taking into consideration everybody in the hobby. They're just focusing on, from my opinion, their likes and their constituents. Because to me, it seems like basketball and football overshadow baseball card collectors. And I could be wrong, Because you got your vintage collectors that don't really dabble too much with the modern stuff, but still.
Well, I think it's because they want to go full force with basketball and football that they're going to put baseball on the back burner, them thinking that they have everything under control with baseball when there's a lot of things wrong with it.
There is
yeah.
You mind giving us a few examples?
Well, let's see. Just overpricing and overproducing, first of all. That's way too many parallels. Parallel upon parallel. Let's add more parallels. Let's water everything down. The price of retail that you can get is going up in price. Except for the surprising thing was that Holiday stayed the same price, which I was very happy about.
Right.
And they actually improved Holiday this year. I think Holiday was the best release that they've done of Holiday, considering you don't get a guaranteed relic in there. Big deal. Okay, not a big deal that you don't get a guaranteed relic, but the relics that have been pulled out have been nice. They've been numbered relics. You get your chrome cards in there. It's like every pack has some kind of hit. So you get 10 dart throws, in a box, which for $30 is nice.
Right.
Hey, Phil.
What's up, Phil? So a couple of talking points: collecting with intention or don't collect at all. You've got those individuals that like yourself, you're set builders. You focus on your one team and that's it. Anything else, you either store it away in a separate box, separate from what you actually collect, or you find a home for it. But at the same time, what about those individuals who PC their team or player versus flipping and long-term holds? Is there any room for one person to fit all three?
I think you can do your team, your PC players, and long-term holds. I mean, rookie cards are easy for long-term holds. I mean, Johnny over at Epiphany Card Collector says, hold on your rookies for 5 years. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen. Right, and case in point, Cal Raleigh. How many Cal? I mean, Jason showed me a card that I pulled for him in a Panini break of a Cal Raleigh autograph that's selling for $100.
Wow.
And that was from, I think, 3 years ago. So, everybody steers away from Panini and all that stuff, but you can get some good stuff in Panini. Unfortunately, they're just not putting out the product anymore.
Yeah, they're not putting it out. When they do put it out, it's subpar.
Yeah, it's subpar, and it's they're not sticking with what got them to where they are. Chronicles is a big one for me. I love Chronicles. And I would say number 2 was probably Mosaic. But Dunross has slipped ever since they lost the license. I believe that Dunross has slipped just a little bit. But their prospect sets are pretty cool too. Yeah. It's always nice to dabble in something like that. You might get somebody that you don't know who he is now, but 2 or 3 years from now, he could turn out to be something.
This is true. So, question for the chat: how do you all feel about setting up your personal collections and tailoring it to fit like a portfolio for yourself? I mean, me personally, I know my collecting habits are targeted to 2 players, and that's really all you're gonna find in my little heat shed here. But is that something that's worth putting in time and effort for?
What's up, Game Day? How you doing? Nah, you're good.
You're good.
Yeah, just jump in. We're just doing this in different segments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just talking about how you feel that the hobby is going to be in 2026. How are your feelings of 2025? Yeah, there you go, Orlando.
Oh, you go. Well, yeah, we know your collectability hasn't changed.
Yeah, I do not go after the flavor of the month. I do not. I would rather go and get somebody that's retired in the Hall of Fame or is retired that was a great player that didn't make it in the Hall of Fame than go after one of these, he's hot this week. Let's jump on the bandwagon and buy the cards.
So you wouldn't do that if one of your pieces, if Harper was pulled on a nice little shiny type deal from a cosmic product?
What, would I jump on it?
Yeah.
Would I buy it? I would.
Not the individual card, yeah.
No, I wouldn't, because I'm a Phillies collector. I'm not really a Harper collector. I mean, I got a ton of Harper cards, but I really don't go out of my way to look for Bryce Harper cards. You know,
okay.
They kind of just
Game brings up
fall into my lap.
He's a big Mariners fan, but lately he's been collecting Ohtani.
Okay.
What drove you to collect them there, Game Day? Sorry to single you out, but that's a nice point that you bring up. And no, we're not going to roast you for it either.
No, he's probably only the top player in the league.
I question that, but that's just me.
Yeah, I know you'll question that. But I'll say he's probably only the top player in the league. And I'll stick by that. I think if they release who's going to win the MVP in the National League this year, it's probably Ohtani's going to be first, hands down.
Okay, so Spicy Bear wrote, I collect a little bit of everything, favorite players, sets, years, teams, oddball cards, vintage, baseball-related stuff like stubs, coins, magazines, and anything Ohtani.
There you go. There's another anything Ohtani. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohtani's got a huge market. A huge market.
Well, I mean, the man's got 4 MVPs already, and he's playing like the new coming.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if Judge knocks him off that pedestal. It's just me. All right. So it seems like Fanatics is not producing cards that everyone likes and continues to push high-end product that most of us will not spend on. Wholeheartedly agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I'm not even spending money on flagship anymore. How sad is that? Because they priced this out.
So Game Day's reply was, been a big fan of him and his collectability and money you can make from them. If you get them and hold them for 10 years, it will go up. Not big for investment or reselling, just collecting. Okay. So basically the ones that you do have that you would consider flipping is just basically going back into your collection then. And I'm pretty sure 95% of us do the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like everybody, it's kind of interesting how everybody we're all in this hobby together and we all just somehow construct our own collectability habits. What are our go-tos or don't goes? So, I mean, yeah.
Well, I didn't have any collectability habits when I came in back into this in early 2020. I was just collecting everything, and then I was just amassing so much stuff that I'm like, this is ridiculous. Yourself. Yeah, I gotta knock it down to just this, and then I even narrowed it down even more to now where I'm not even buying from the major sellers. I have different outlets that I get my cards through.
Well, we can't buy from the major sellers no more. They're pricing us out.
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening. I mean, when you could pick up a hobby box of Flagship Series 1 for $70, and now what was it this year? $199?
Minimum, yeah.
Yeah, it was $199. Something like that. I mean, it came out at a good price, but then it evaporated. I don't even think it was a good price when it came out. I think it came out at $130. Then it evaporated, and then it went to $199.
And it depends on the product too, because I know some of them when they get released to the big three, they're kind of spiked on the price, but then they gradually drag and just diminish. Look at Topps Chrome Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like $50 for a hobby box.
Yeah, it's not even that anymore. Because I mean, Wander's your main guy in there, right? And that was the year of the poor cuts.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Alan. I knew it was going to screw everything up with no competition out there.
Yep. because of Wanda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because of Wanda.
true.
Yeah, Wanda screwed 2022. The beginning, the first half. The second half got better with Bobby and Julio.
Now, I will say on a somewhat positive side. So you know how these fanatics and everybody is hyping up these MLB debut patch cards.
Mm-hmm.
You got a hobby box that's about $250. The moment that card is pulled, the prices drop.
It should. The chase is over.
So that's about the only positive that I can see for that Fanatics is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then they got these incentives along with the collecting too, that either the big three distribution stores do, or even Fanatics, like all these crazy bounties.
Yeah.
You know, if you pull a 101 Jimmy Snuffleupagus MLB debut patch or whatever, you know, but some of it didn't make sense. Like I know a lot of Fanatics bounties, it has to happen on their app, which I can understand. Whereas I know David Adams did one. If you pull the 101 Bowman first of Babe Ruth, the retrofractor,
mm-hmm.
you reach out to David Adams and they'll cut you a check for $1 million.
Wow.
So it's crazy. Top 5-star came out today on EQL and nobody could get it because of the bots and breakers. Yeah,
of course.
That's
what's going to happen game day. I mean, if you go in and put in for one box, your chances of getting it are nil, because your order is going to be pushed to the bottom of the queue. They're going to look at everybody that wants to buy the big cases and whoever they already have on reserve.
And that fills my second one, my little second bullet comment here. Why random ripping destroys budgets.
Yeah.
You know, you've got those individuals that have those deep pockets and they figure, I'm going to go ahead and try to, they drop a shit ton of money, but then they get upset when they pull nothing.
Right. You should learn that when you get into a break, you're not getting into the break to hit the big card. You're getting in a break to fill your team set. Collect your team set, collect your players out of it. That's the way I look at it. And yeah. I see like these cards that, we're doing a full case of this, but it only has 2 packs and 20 cards total per box. And you do that by 10, that's only 200 cards. So you're guaranteed like 6.5 cards if you're lucky.
What about those genius Bowman breaks?
Yeah.
We're ripping 2 cases. We are not sending out paper.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I want to if I'm getting in a break, I want all my stuff.
Yeah.
I want the paper. I want all that stuff. Where they just send out the hits and they mix up the paper. Here you get a bunch of players you don't want.
It's crazy.
Forget it.
So now once you have that collecting habit established for yourself and what you look for, would you incorporate grading in your collecting habits?
Do I? No, I don't. If I'm going to, I think I would be, I'm just looking at the way somebody did a video. It was the top 100 cards the top 100 cards that we're collecting now. And it was all the sales of the PSA graded cards and stuff like that. And I'm looking at all of the modern cards, how the Jason Dominguez first Bowman Chrome is selling now for $15, graded a 10.
Mm-hmm.
How much it costs to grade that card? You're losing money.
With today's prices, it's about $22 to grade it.
Yeah, so you're losing money. So just go out and buy the card. The Bo Bichette is selling for $8. The Gavin Lux is selling for $4. The Luis Robert is selling for $6. It's like I would rather I would rather go out and buy a card that's already graded than take that risk.
Yeah. I mean, I dive deep into the grading just for preservation.
Yeah. Yeah, just hold the card.
At one point, I was thinking I'm going to stick with PSA, but with the way they've been conducting business, it's steering me to go a different direction. And since they own SGC and Beckett now, what am I left with?
Yeah, you're left with tags. Yeah, and CGC.
And I wouldn't mind going to Tag anyway.
Yeah,
but it's
what's up, Beast?
What's up, Beast? So someone made a comment in a video that I made that not that I made, that I seen a while back, and they said that take caution on what you grade. That everything that is being grading is it's killing the grading aspect of the hobby. Do you agree with that, chat, Mike?
Well, when I was surprised to see how many of the modern day cards are being graded and how many are coming back PSA 10s. It's like over 50% of the cards of modern day cards that are being graded are coming back a PSA 10. So that is just flat out destroying it. There's no rarity in it. It's like every card's a PSA 10, and that's bringing down the price of the cards too. I think one card was up to almost 70% of the cards set in for grading came out of PSA 10. So it's just gonna bring down the value of the card.
Which leads to my next point. When does grading still make sense?
When you want to grade and keep it for yourself,
pretty much. Or if you've made this hobby into your main source of income, that's when you send everything that you could possibly get your hands on to get graded. But it kind of causes a clog in the grading system too, because if you're look at what happened with when TCG started coming out swinging, it slowed down everything else.
Yep.
So what else? PSA 9s are quietly beating the week 10s. Is there even such thing as a week 10?
Sure. All those modern cards that are,
so your base rookie cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, your base rookie cards and stuff. I wish I could find that video and pull it up, because it was pretty awesome to see the grading of the cards, and and it went through all the years. It wasn't just it wasn't just modern cards. It was all the way through, the top cards being graded and stuff like that.
Good point, Alan.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of weak PSA 10s out there. Your Bo Bichette rookie card, your Luis Robert rookie card, most of the cards from the modern era. I even think that there was like one. It wasn't an Otani. I forget who it was. It might have been a Juan Soto card or something like that. That was graded. It came over 70% of the cards came back a PSA 10 and pulled the value of that card down.
Yeah.
And now you can pick it up pretty much for the price of the PSA submission.
Okay. So how do you feel about this little comment? Grading has created more bad collectors than bad cards. Because it's ultimately the collector is the one that's sending everything under the sun. And I'm guilty of it. I've sent numerous base rookies of Julio Rodriguez to go get graded.
Yeah, but that's for your PC. That's for your PC. I think before, when you get into this hobby, first of all, you've got a lot to learn. And the learning curve is a little bit steeper than it was before because of so much stuff going on. Even when I got back into it, 5 years ago. But grading was one of those things 5 years ago that there wasn't that much out there as far as being graded. And then 2020, everybody got back into it. Everybody started grading.
Because everybody was locked down.
Yeah, and then it got bogged down.
It just got crazy because nobody could go nowhere. What else they had to do?
Exactly.
Now, I know you've seen a couple of these. I see them all the time. Why does YouTube hype is always late? And the first thing that came to my mind was you don't see casual YouTubers out there making videos just showing off a collection or ripping a personal box for themselves. You normally see these kids, if you will, because that's all that we see nowadays, telling you where they're going, how much money they're bringing with them, and how much time they have to spend all that money.
Yeah. Oh,
and then when you dive into the video itself, you know, you see the whole negotiating process, which I can appreciate, but the price points is just ridiculous. It throws people off.
Yeah.
And to make it worse,
you got this. I'm sorry, I found that video here. This was the one I was talking about. 2020 Topps Chrome Bo Bichette Gem Mint 10.
Okay.
PSA pop, 14,000, a little over 14,000 were graded. The Gem 10 rate was 84%.
Wow.
There's almost 1,200 PSA 10s out here. The value of the card is $10 now.
Oh,
I found the link. I'm going to put it. This is a great watch, everyone. It's very, very interesting. I just have to go back onto your channel. I wish we could watch this video now and comment on it, but we'd probably get nailed with some kind of copyright or something like that. But this would be a video I'd like to, you know, just play the whole thing and have everybody just watch it and comment on it. But this is a video. It's I think it's about an hour long. Oh, it's about 45 minutes long. This is one of the most interesting videos you'll ever see on graded cards, and it has some of the best cards out there, and it shows the submission, how many were submitted, how many gemmed, the value of the cards, and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely go check it out.
Yeah. So, I mean, going back to what I was my point, where you've got these younger kids, like 15 and younger, that are practicing the same stuff that they see that these older guys are doing. Jeff Wilson, all these other YouTubers. And Jeff Wilson, he did a video on it saying that he wants to bring more kids into the hobby so that they can learn how to budget, how to be an entrepreneur, learn the business aspect. What about just randomly collecting just for fun?
Yeah, exactly. Everything's going to be a profit with Jeff Wilson.
You want these kids to enjoy the hobby, not treat it as a business, you know, trying to figure out which cards that are out there that you need to grab so you could get the most bang for your buck.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Jeffrey, yeah, I stay away from Whatnot. I don't go on there. What is the wheel? What's his...
Wait, how about the break prices these breakers on Whatnot get, especially with that wheel? What do you mean by that, Jeff?
Yeah, I just don't understand by that wheel. I watch breaks because I want to see what kind of cards are coming out of the boxes. I don't know how much people are buying into these breaks or anything like that, the cost of them. Yeah. But I look at it this way: as long as they sell out, I mean, they're pretty much going to charge whatever they can, you know, whether it be fair or not.
And that's the thing too that we're coming across. We got these new individuals getting into the hobby. They've been in the hobby for a little bit, but then they want to dabble into the breaking business, and they literally do not know how to price out their breaks fairly.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays I'm starting to see a lot of people do random team breaks because they don't want to do the work in pricing out each team fairly. Because we've known an individual a while back who, I get the aspect of making profit. I wholeheartedly do. Now I'm not trying to take that away from nobody, but when you're trying to double or even triple what you put into it, that's when I have the problem.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
$50, $100, you want to earn extra, by all means, do you, boo boo. But when you talk, if you drop $900 on a break and expect to walk away with $3,600, you're not going to make it in this in this hobby. Not by a long shot.
Oh, so they put all the teams on a wheel. Once a team comes up, everybody starts to bid on it.
Oh, see,
yeah.
And that's another method of doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's another method of mass manipulation. Gee.
Or not even that. Pick your player.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, pick your player.
Those are the breaks that it takes literally about a week to fill.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's unreal. I used to, you know what? I used to do that when I would do a break with all of one product. You know, but now they're not even putting out the checklist till so damn late that you can't do it. You know, I might do it with archives this year.
Okay.
I might do a price your team break. I think I'll do it that way. I haven't done one of them in a while. So maybe I'll sit down and get all the numbers, but
yeah, because you take the total price divided by 30, easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there has been breaks that you've done where you would couple the low price teams like the Rockies and the Marlins.
Yeah.
You'll do like a 2-for-1.
Well, yeah, or something like if those teams didn't sell or something like that, we would just auction them off or something like that. Yeah. I'm going to try to backload it a little bit. So if those teams don't move or something like that, you know, then yeah, I can figure something out. Definitely figure something out with that. But then again, it was kind of weird because, you know, like just say that, you know, it was like Paul Skeens was the hot guy, and then Pittsburgh came out and they only had 4 cards. So then I would price it, and then, my God, that's really low, considering there's a Paul Skeens card in there, and he was like the top player that everybody was going for, and it was like one of the lowest priced teams because of the amount of cards. Where the Yankees, Dodgers, you know, those teams always have a ton of cards, and they're going to be higher, but they may not have the chase that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets a little confusing. So I'll take a look at it and see what happens.
But yeah, that's another thing that people try to take advantage of the consumer. You know, try to make a unique method of selling out a break when they try to, you know, maximize their profit or their margins, if you will.
Or the way that I did it before, if two or three people were interested in a team and a set price, we'd do an auction on it.
Yeah, do an auction on it.
Yeah,
make it easy.
Yeah,
Bless Baseball is pretty good. Best deals on Cosmic. Okay.
All right.
Now, when would be a good time to buy that expensive player?
Well, if it's Ohtani, I don't think there is a good time. I think his prices are always going to go up.
So
Judge is another one. The prices I don't think are going to go up or down.
Would you say it's safe to buy them when they're at a slump?
Oh yeah, well, definitely a slump. But as long as it's, I would say, well, unfortunately, also at an injury. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, but that injury could turn into a career-ending injury, or the player's never going to come back, or the prices will go down. Let's see what happens when the player comes back. The player starts performing back to where he was. Prices are going to go up again.
I mean, even controversy, because look what happened with Fernando Tatis.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably one of the most expensive guys to get out there until he found that ringworm.
Yeah. Yeah, game day. There's a lot of good breakers out there, but I think people on YouTube, I think, are the more fair breakers. I don't have any problem with Strikers pricing, Casey's, right in line. I mean, and you can see what they're breaking, and all you have to do is figure it. Okay, he's charging this amount for 30 spots. So just say it's $40 a spot. So it's $1,200, and he has $900 worth of product. Yeah, that's fine. That's more than fair. You know, it's going to cost him $150 for shipping and supplies, and then, you know, he's going to make $150 for his time and effort into it. Yeah, I'm more than fine with that. That's just, you know, rough estimate I'm saying.
Jeffrey, there's nothing wrong with charging a Patreon fee if that's how you're going to bring people in. Because look, Stryker puts out a break in 5 minutes, it's already sold out.
True.
You know?
I mean, he's had to expand his breaks. He's up to like 5-6 breaks a day now.
Yeah.
When he's doing a break, when a new hot product comes out. So,
what's up, nerds?
Yeah, you know what? And that's the reason, I support Stryker. I'm just a hitter. I don't have like when he wasn't on a set schedule before. Now it's every Wednesday and Friday. But before he really wasn't on a set schedule, and it was like you get the notification and it's like, okay, boom, you need the $100 now. And it's like, I don't have the $100 right now. So I would miss out on the break. So, but I've supported him for over 5 years.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. He's very knowledgeable. He's taught me more about modern baseball than anybody has. And you know what? I just put his brakes on. And sometimes I'm just hear certain cars and I'm listening to him more because I'm learning more by listening to him than like, oh, this is a great hit. I mean, I'll stop and look up when he pulls a great hit or something like that.
Which is probably what, every third or fifth card?
Well, with some of the products he opens up, yeah. I mean, it can be. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're into breaking, and I'm not trying to steer you away from it, make sure you do your due diligence on picking that breaker. Don't just go with somebody that's ripping the flavor of the month. Do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you know what you're getting into.
I don't even think I've done a dozen breaks this year. It hasn't been that many. It's probably been under 10. And I got my archives break coming up next week. Yeah. But other than that, it's just the reason I didn't jump on every product is because, first of all, because of the checklists in the beginning of the year. It just wasn't good. And the prices were just so damn high. I feel bad charging somebody $30 to get in the break where they're going to get a bunch of base cards and there's only 2 players from one team that you're looking for. It was James Wood and it was Dylan Cruz in the beginning of the year. That was it. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. It's like, okay, so one guy's going to win and 29 guys aren't going to get anything. And plus the way everything's so watered down with flagship and everything, there's nothing coming out of the boxes. In fact, I'd probably rather do a case of hangers than boxes of hobbies or jumbos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
So what about preservation of your collections? Has that been fun for you? Or how does that work out? You just keep yours in boxes, nothing special, no separating?
I keep mine in boxes. They're all separated by player. They're separated by year. They're separated by brand of card. Now it's going to be a lot easier because there's really not much Panini product out there. Any card that I want to hold is in a penny sleeve, and the every numbered card is in a top loader. Autographs are in top loaders. But if there's a fire, they all burn anyway. So
I know.
I hope not.
With me, my 2 guys, I try to get them all slabbed as much as possible that I deem worthy to get slabbed. If not, they go in regular 800 count boxes, and everything that is not a part of my collection, I got them in 3,000 card boxes just sitting there collecting dust. So we kind of went 45 minutes deep into bashing the hobby. What are you looking forward to in 2026?
Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary. It better come through. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's my big go.
I would like to see more emphasis or more equality spent on not just basketball and football, but all the sports that Topps is responsible for putting out equally.
Yeah.
I know it's asking a lot, but I mean, if you have something that's tentatively scheduled to be released that year, if you're not going to release it, let us know why and when can we expect to look for that particular product.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're not going to drop it for whatever reason, don't even make mention of it, because again, Platinum Anniversary, we've been looking for that since 23. Here we are. We pushing into 26, and now we got to wait for 2024 season coming out 2 years later.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
What's up, Clinton?
So what is that? What is that piece? What do you think of PAAS authentications?
PAAS. Particularly any all shitty authentications?
I've never heard of it. I mean, if you can get something authenticated, get it authenticated. Oh, for like jerseys.
Okay. Well, I mean, even those guys, you know, a lot of my memorabilia that I've got authenticated is through Beckett.
Through
Beckett. If it's not Beckett, it's going to be JSA.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna go with.
Oh yeah, Stadium Club still is a year behind.
What? Yeah, it is. I'm disgusted by the cost of boxes. Packs stayed at 35 cents for years, and now every year products shoot up. Yeah, well, that's the nature of the beast.
It's going to shoot up, but it's the way
some of the product drops.
Has any product dropped? I don't think any product has dropped. I think some product. Allen & Ginter came out. It's the same price as last year. Heritage High Number did. So maybe they're starting to get everything in line. I don't care if they raise the price of the high price stuff. I let them raise that to the moon. I'm not purchasing it. Just try to keep the collectors like myself and people that want to open up some packs in the game.
Yeah.
You know, at a fair price. $140 flagship box. Keep them under 100. Keep them, if it was $89 when it comes out, I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see it under that, but I don't want to see $140 flagship series 1 box come out.
This is true. And Beast made a good point. Museum collection for 2025 is due in February now.
Yeah. That's fine. That's a product I'm not going to touch. I don't care. I don't let that high end stuff. Let them raise. If they want to 10x it, raise the money, raise the price on the high end stuff. Let the breakers pay the difference, and let them try to make their money back on the breaks.
Yeah, true indeed.
I'm just saying the breakers that are affiliated with Topps and Fanatics, not the other breakers.
Yeah, not the
other breakers are in the same position that we're at. I mean, I give a hat tip to Stryker to keep 2 breaks a week going, finding product at a reasonable price to do it.
Hey, if that's your thing, nerds, hey, all for it. 2026 Olympics.
Oh, I'm excited about the Winter Olympics. Absolutely.
And then I know FIFA, the World Cup is happening next year too, so that's going to be booming.
Yeah, World Baseball.
Yep. So
yeah, I hope they should have already started working on that set, or some kind of configuration for that.
Yeah.
Some kind of like an insert for a certain year, or put that in with the what did they do? They combined Big League with opening day and called it Celebration.
Yeah.
So, if they put that in the celebration is probably already produced and ready to go for next year.
Yeah, hopefully, but I don't even think all the teams have been finalized just yet.
No. I know that we were talking about Harper last week. You think Harper's going to? I said Harper hasn't said.
No, he's actually in it.
He's in it now. Yeah. I heard it like the next day after we were talking about it.
But yeah. So, what are you expecting to happen positive in the hobby next year?
I'm not expecting anything positive.
Okay.
I just don't want to see any more negative.
This is true.
That's what I want. A big positive would be for me would be not to see any more negative.
This is very true. So looking at this poll, 47% said it sucks. It needs to get better. I agree. 35% say meh, no change. Whereas 18% said it was awesome, no complaints. Can I borrow $20 from you then?
Well, I was in the meh, no change for me.
Yeah.
It didn't change my collecting habits one bit.
Actually, my collecting habits have changed because I used to buy into product. I don't do it no more because of the prices. So I target the singles, but now I have to be disciplined enough to wait at least 30 days before I indulge in the latest product.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, being bipolar, I don't have that luxury. Availability is terrible, even though prices go up. I should have bought direct from Fanatics when they sent me a letter. Since I bought so much Target, shut me off, said I was a reseller a few years ago.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Didn't rip a lot in 25, but I still had a blast with the hobby. Glad to hear it. My buying habits have changed this year. How so, Rob? How did they change?
What's up, Rob? How you doing? I think it's had to change for everybody in it. I mean, every year mine has changed, and I think this year I finally got it down right to where I wanted it. And I think I'm going to do the same next year, where I didn't buy any flagship, anything. I didn't support Fanatics or Tops in one bit or another. I didn't buy anything for myself.
Okay.
I bought product for breaks, and that was it. And other than that, I just do my shop Goodwill, and I'll get I'll spend $30 and I'll get like 4,000 cards, and shuffle through that and see what I can find in there.
Awesome.
Oh,
hey, Mike, maybe you have a hot box in one of your archives.
Hey, I don't know. They're not here yet. I hope so.
Nice.
That would be nice.
So
yeah, we'll do that break. We'll do that break probably Sunday.
Okay.
What was it? I think isn't Don't Talk to Robots, are they doing their final giveaway on Sunday, or the recap or something like that?
I don't even remember.
What's up, Dom?
The people in our circle have become the best part of the hobby.
Yep.
Prices are too high, too few. And I know you meant become there, Dom. I know. I'm just messing with you.
He's on the phone.
Probably.
Yeah, Rob, instead of buying boxes and packs, now enjoy value boxes for $1. Yeah, absolutely. Go to a show, go through a dollar box. Spend a couple hours going through your dollar boxes. You never know what you're going to find in there.
Oh, Doug was yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday? Awesome. Okay. All right. I didn't know when he was doing it.
So to end off this show, I just want to go ahead and say, continue to enjoy the hobby the best way you see fit. Don't let Mike, myself, or anybody that's on YouTube deter you from your collecting habits. Whatever you can afford, whatever, puts that smile on your face, however you do it, and it works, continue to do so. And don't be afraid to if you happen to be lucky and introduce somebody into the hobby, you could tell that person, whether he or she, how you do it, but support them in the best way that you know how, just as how, you was in that boat at one time too. When you was getting into the hobby, you had a little help along the way.
Yep. There's no stupid questions, and watch a lot of videos. And I would say the one person if you really want to get back into it, just watch Striker. He'll tell you everything about every new release. And, a lot of people just put chats in there. He has over 500 people in his chats during like every stream. And he answers the questions. Questions come up, and no matter how dumb you may think it is, because, oh man, I knew that like 3 years ago. People just getting into it now, and they have legitimate questions, and he'll be the first one to help you out.
Yep. So, so that pretty much wraps up the episode. I do appreciate everybody for coming in and hanging out with us. The last podcast for the year. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down this this poll.
And just remember one thing: collect what you want to collect.
Collect what you want to collect. Collect how you want to collect. Yep. Don't let anybody deter your ideas or your methods. So, other than that, Mike, got anything coming up lately?
Anything up lately, like in the past, or newly?
Yeah, there you go.
I just got the archives break. I'm going to do that on Sunday Sunday the 4th. Probably like around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, something like that. Football for most everybody is pretty much over. Either your team's in or it's out by now. So we'll do that at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to do random team. I'm going to take a look at the checklist, and we might just do a like buy your team at a certain price, stuff like that. If two people want the same team, we'll just do a little auction on it, and then we can, for the lower selling teams or teams that aren't selling, whatever we make from the auctions, we'll just start taking a few bucks off the teams that maybe nobody wants instead of doing a random break. So at least you can get your team that you want and go like that.
Jeffrey, you got Mike's email, you got my email. You could reach out to us with any of your questions. We'll help you out the best way we can.
Absolutely.
And if we don't have the answer for it, we'll find somebody who does.
Yep.
So
that's for sure.
You gotta worry about
What's up, Adam?
All right, fellas. Well, have a good night. May you enjoy your New Year's with your loved ones, and we will catch you next year.
Sounds good. All right, everybody.
Have a good one, everybody.
Have a good one.